A brand new trailer for Don't Fret was just released, and it gave us a sneak peek at the twisted tunes of Harmonic Heights. This game has grown so much since the demo came out. It's dark, twisted, and musically horrific in every way. I've been playtesting some of the game for a while now, and all I can say is you are not ready for what you're about to experience. You don't just play this game, you get lost inside. It's immersive and rich with atmosphere like you've never seen before. So that being said, let's jump into this trailer and see what secrets we can find. The trailer starts off with a bang as Tapehead falls through the ceiling. Her design has been updated since we last saw her. The holes on her tape are now glowing, which sort of act as eyes. This is such a cool detail that they added. Just imagine a dark room where all you can see are her glowing eyes. It's going to be so terrifying. Her eyes turn red as she begins to chase us through this dark labyrinth. However, we seem to make it out alive. This could be hinting that we encounter Tapehead all throughout the game. Encounters that will be absolutely terrifying and tense during every moment. Following Tapehead, the trailer cuts to Fret waking up inside his guitar box. This is something we saw in the demo. Fret then goes to put a coin in the conductor's machine, which activates him. The conductor is not foe, but rather a friend. He will sort of be helping us throughout our journey in Harmonic Heights. He is presumably an animatronic music conductor. I mean, obviously, but you might not have known what he is. A music conductor is the leader of a musical group. They're responsible for interpreting a musical score and guiding the musicians through a unified performance. They keep the beat, cue and cut entrances, and use gestures to shape the musical expression. Hence why this conductor talks so much with his hands and has a baton. He will be sort of leading Fret through his time in the school, guiding him with direction just like a real conductor would do. Everything in this game has a correlation to music, from the names to the characters to the puzzles. It's all musically themed, and as it should be. Nothing here is generic. The game's identity speaks for itself as to what it's trying to be. A musically themed world. It's incredible, and the attention to detail with everything is something that makes the game shine. Next, we get a few shots of some locations. First, the Harmonic Heights logo, which we saw in the demo. A shot of the school's hallway. If we zoom in, you can see a poster of talent canisters. Something I'll talk more about later in the video. A shot of a blue room. Maybe this has something to do with the staff at the school, and a long hallway with fancy chandeliers. From this hallway alone, it gives you a hint at just how massive and prestigious Harmonic Heights really is. Following this, we watch as Fret types on a computer which seems to activate a musical guitar-shaped lock. Again, emphasizing that everything within this game is musically themed. It's so creative. The trailer shows off how it works. Each lock will have 5 notes with a subcategory. Match each one correctly and the door will open. Now, the trailer then quickly cuts to a door labeled Chamber 1 with a Conductech logo above it. This company, Conductech, was shown in the other teasers and also the demo. It seems they're going to be playing a big role in the game. Considering the door's label, this could be hinting at some kind of testing chamber or something like that. Since this door is 01, there is likely more as well. Now, you'll notice the world starts to flip upside down. This was not just added in the trailer as a cool effect. This too has meaning. It's symbolizing how Fret's world and the players is going to be twisted and flipped upside down. This is echoed from a girl's voice we hear as well. She tells Fret that things always look strange here in Harmonic Heights, which could be hinting that whatever is behind this door will completely change everything, flipping your idea of this world upside down. The trailer then shows off more locations. Again, the hallway, you can see a vent where it looks like we can grab and maybe enter, an outside shot of something big lurking behind the glass, then a shot of a desk inside a big room. Behind it is a glass wall with what looks like fish, meaning this room seems to be underwater. This really makes you think, where are we? Does the school go this far down? An underwater location would be so cool and also terrifying. You never know what might be lurking in the murky waters. We then get a look at the Fortune Master Machine, which was something we saw in the demo. This is followed by another huge room with spotlights and water. More water, which is interesting. And finally, an outside shot of Harmonic Heights, teasing that we might be going outside during this game. From here, the trailer gets turned up to 10. We are shown the brand new device we will be using throughout the game, which will most likely be replacing the light we used in the demo. This device is so clean, but I'll talk about it more once we see it in action. Next, we meet a mysterious kid behind a door. He asks us what we are doing here, as we're not supposed to be out in the halls at night. This tells us a few different things. First, it's nighttime, so we better not get caught. Second, that other kid characters will be in this game. Fret will not be alone the entire time. This is great because it'll give even more life to Harmonic Heights. Next, we get to see the new device in action. It has a flashlight, a danger meter, stamina meter, which we can see go down as Fret runs, a battery counter, and even more stuff that's not quite lit up, meaning we can expect more from this device when we play the game. I want to point out this shot specifically. Considering the ice that's all over, the fog, and the meat hooks, I think it's safe to assume this is inside of a giant freezer. I wonder what that could mean. The trailer then takes us to Miss Hole, a character we encountered in the demo, and we all know how that ended. This room has a musical puzzle, giving us the smallest taste as to what the rest of the puzzles in this game has to offer. Trust me when I say they are insane. Interestingly, we are then shown a guitar tuning puzzle. This could be interpreted as a reflection of Fret himself, considering he's a guitar. Throughout this game, he will be venturing through Harmonic Heights, exploring himself as a musician and a person, sort of tuning himself to who he really is. This is exactly what we are doing in this puzzle, tuning the guitar, trying to get it to the perfect tone. I have never seen this puzzle before, so that's my overanalysis of it. From here, we get to see some of the smaller enemies that lurk through this school. They seem to stay inside these tape-filled cocoons, waiting for the right moment to jump out and strike. Considering the tape, they could be connected to Tapehead, and they look terrifying. But if you look closely, there are two different versions, presumably an updated one from the demo and something new. The ending scenes to this trailer are the most intense. The conductor tells Fret he's come to a rather difficult passage. You can see the walls are red and everything is sort of falling apart. This takes us to home economics, and you'll notice something is very wrong here. Cabinets and flour are scattered all over the walls. There's even tape everywhere with red lighting, hinting that Tapehead is likely near. If you look closely, you can see the Forget-Me-Not cookies. Cookies that might not be as sweet as they look. It's a known theory that these cookies could have something to do with what's going on. This is followed by a red glowing door, so perhaps this door takes us to this red room, or rather red areas. We saw something like this in the demo. It's very clear this acts as a portal of some kind, and I've expressed in past videos how I think there are two realities within the game, a sort of normal and a nightmare. Considering how everything is messed up in the red rooms, this reality is definitely different. Then there's a ghost-like figure of someone. I'm not sure who this is. Maybe it's a memory or something like that. One of the last shots is Fret holding a talent canister. From the demo, we know Fret needs to find these talent canisters to escape Harmonic Heights. These presumably hold the talent of other musical students. Just know that these are very important, and they're what Fret is looking for throughout the game. Tapehead then walks right up to Fret, and all I can say is, you are not ready for what this encounter holds. Tapehead, the room, it's absolutely insane. With that, the trailer comes to an end, and this art is so good. Congratulations to the Don't Fret team for everything they've achieved so far with this game. The growth, the Xbox deal, it all shows that with a little bit of passion, you can create something uniquely incredible. I can't wait for this game, and I don't think anyone knows what's really coming. As I was about to upload this video, I noticed the Don't Fret Steam page had been updated with new photos, and they reveal a ton, so I have to talk about them. First, this greenhouse one. This is an incredible shot of some of the monsters we saw in the trailer, and it shows off a little bit more about them. They have 4 arms, however one of them is a broken guitar and the other is another piece of an instrument. Both real arms have broken fingers. This also reveals that they can walk on both of their feet and like a spider. I wonder what's behind them in the greenhouse. The next photo is of a brand new character not seen in the trailer. It resembles that of a deer, having a skull and antlers. On these antlers are bells, and it has jingle bells for hands. So I think this is clearly a messed up looking reindeer. The shot is also outdoors, hinting of an outside location. You can also see that it has tape around it, just like the other monster. This is likely hinting that these smaller enemies are connected to Tapehead. This brings me to a photo inside a hallway with a bunch of balloons, with the text, "Play it again." This photo seems to be connected to the one right after it here, since we see the same balloons. There's also this ghost figure like we saw in the trailer. It's a second birthday party, presumably Fret's. Considering one of the themes to this game is centered around talent and or being good enough, you could say this shot represents a nightmare memory for Fret. Play it again. You're never too young to start practicing. Instead of enjoying his second birthday, he was forced to play his guitar. At least that's my idea of this. The room is red and filled with tape, just like the other nightmare room in the trailer. So I think it's it's safe to assume this is some kind of Nightmare for Fret, running that line of psychological horror. How do you guys feel about this trailer? Are you excited for Don't Fret? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like horror game content like this, please consider subscribing. Also, I have a Discord server, so if you want to chat with me, I recommend joining. And if you want to support the channel more, you can become a member. Don't forget to follow my Twitter at TerrifiedT. Thanks for watching.